Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. Today's video is going to be my eyeshadow numbers / inventory check-in video. I started filming these videos about a year ago when my plan was to continue an eyeshadow no-buy after my no-buy year. Well, we all know by now that my eyeshadow no-buy did not continue for more than 5 months after my no-buy year. I still was on an eyeshadow no-buy for a year and a half, so I am really proud about that. Once I stopped doing my eyeshadow no-buy, I didn't film these videos in a while, except last time in September. But I do want to keep filming these videos once in every few months, because these videos are where I do follow the progress I make with my entire eyeshadow collection, because I do quite a few of different panning projects. So in these videos I do talk about the progress I was able to make in my collection as a whole, so how many pans I hit, how many eyeshadows I finished, and also in these videos I do talk about my pan percentage. So this is going to be the video that is wrapping up my eyeshadow collection progress for 2020. Also, there has been some eyeshadows coming into my collection after filming the last update, so I will show those to you. So let's just get into it. Let's start with the pans hit after the last update. It has been about 4 months since the last update, and I was able to hit 3 new pans after the last update. So 3 new pans in 4 months, it's not that much. However, I was really focused on finishing some shades that I had hit pan on earlier in 2020, so I'm still really happy with this 3. I mean, I had already hit pan on all of the eyeshadows in my Panted palette and most eyeshadows in my panning solitaire. So the first pan I hit was a depotted eyeshadow from the BH Cosmetics Fall Eye School to Go eyeshadow palette. It was like a shimmery gunmetal shade. This one was not in a project pan, but I did hit pan on it when I created like a silvery smoky eye. And then I hit pan on the shade Salted Caramel from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And then there was one eyeshadow that I was really close on hitting pan in my panning solitaire, but I decided to film the finale video a little bit before Christmas because I had so many videos to film and I had a lot of work during Christmas time. So I decided to film the finale a little bit early, and I wasn't able to hit pan on the shade Willkommen by the finale, but the next time after filming the finale that I used Willkommen, I actually hit pan on it. So yeah, that's what happened. I'm so glad to have pan in the eyeshadow, even though I wish I had hit the pan by the finale, but I'm glad to share it with you now too. So before filming the last video to my eyeshadow numbers, so before the beginning of September, I had hit 24 pans in my collection, and after the last video I hit 3 pans. So that means that in total in 2020 I hit 27 new pans in my collection, and I am so happy about this number. I honestly can't believe I hit that many pans. Then let's talk about the eyeshadows I finished, and I am so happy to tell you that I finished 5 eyeshadows after filming the last video to this series in September. So I finished 2 eyeshadows from my Panted palette, Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance, so I finished the shades Golden Ochre and Burnt Orange. Then I finished 3 eyeshadows that were part of my panning solitaire project pan. All of those were depotted from the Carly Bible Deluxe Edition palette. So I finished a light matte peach, then a cream color, and then a shimmery peach. Before September's video I had finished 9 eyeshadows, but now in total I did finish 14 eyeshadows in 2020. I am so happy about that, although I will say ABH and BH Cosmetics are not difficult eyeshadows to finish, but still. Then let's talk about declutters really quickly. I actually did something that I really rarely do after the last update. I had decided to declutter one eyeshadow earlier, but I took it back. I do store the decluttered makeup in a separate bag that I will show to friends when they visit, but you know, because of what's going on in the world, my friends haven't came to my house that much, but once they come I will show the bag to them and tell them to take anything they want from there. But I did take this one eyeshadow bag. So this is a Lush eyeshadow from British Cosmetics called Scared Potter. So it is from A Boy Who Lived collection. So the collection is inspired by Harry Potter, and this eyeshadow Scared Potter is dedicated to Draco Malfoy. It is like a lighter, kind of like yellowish, shimmery, satiny green eyeshadow. Is it something that I can see myself using a lot? Not necessarily, but I think it's a fun eyeshadow and I wanted to take it back. I have realized now that I'm never going to go through my loose eyeshadows. I don't want to buy more of those, but those that I have I don't mind having, and I want to use them once in a while. But 10 eyeshadows I decided to declutter after filming the last video to this series. I got one eyeshadow from the Pip box. It was like a single eyeshadow in a compact from brand Estate. And the eyeshadow was like a bronze set that I do have so many times all over in my collection. So I decided to declutter it. And then I finally decided to declutter the shade Crepes that I have deposited from my Juvia's Place, the Douche eyeshadow palette. I was supposed to declutter this eyeshadow originally when I deposited the palette last springtime, but then I kept it because it swatched so nicely. But these type of shades, they just make me look sick. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy how it looked on my eyes, so finally I decided to let go of it. But yeah, in total I decluttered 21 eyeshadows last year, and I'm actually quite surprised. It feels like I decluttered more. Then let's talk about the eyeshadows that I bought. Unfortunately, I don't right now have the total number of eyeshadows I brought into my collection, and to be honest, I don't want to see it right now. I know I bought way more than I really wanted to. Well, when it comes to YouTubers, I don't think I bought that much, but you know, I'm someone who doesn't want to bring in products too quickly, especially since I'm project panning, and sometimes I just want to focus on my panning products and I don't want to use new products, so I want to slow down when it comes to purchasing eyeshadows. So that is why I am on a low buy right now, and in 2021 I can only purchase 4 palettes. But in fact, I do think I bought 8 eyeshadow palettes in 2020. I think I bought 6 in the summer, or I bought 5 and got 1 as a gift with purchase, and then I bought 2 after the last update, and then I got 1 palette from my advent calendar. So let me show everything that has came into my collection after filming the last update. So 1 single eyeshadow came from my advent calendar. This one is from a brand Floss. It's the type of packaging that I don't like a single in a compact, but I'm planning on depotting this one. It is a beautiful, beautiful peachy shade. Then in the beginning of November I bought the Gimme Glow Cosmetics Christmas Morning eyeshadow palette. And this one was actually my palette of the month for December, so I can link the video down below or put it to the cards in wherever it is. I just figured out how to put up the cards. I mean, I'm worse with this kind of things sometimes. Another palette that I bought, this is the only palette I bought on Black Friday, is the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette. The color story of this one is so pretty. So it is like a cooler toned neutral palette with some pops of color. So these are the only palettes that I bought after filming the last update. However, I got 1 palette from the Pip box advent calendar. As I said, I'm sorry, I'm sure this is already full of fingerprints. This is one of those annoying packagings. But this palette is from Memi, and I got to say, I knew that there would be an eyeshadow palette in the Pip box advent calendar, and I was secretly hoping for a palette from Memi, because when I got the Pip box last summer and fall, we got some lip products from Memi, and I went to look their website, and I do think their palettes look pretty. This is their Creative Control eyeshadow palette. The color story is nothing groundbreaking. I'm trying to show it to you, but this is a little bit difficult to show without blinding you. I do think it's a beautiful kind of like neutral palette with some pops of color there. And I was so pleased to get this one from the final door of the advent calendar. Then let's move on from what has changed in my collection after filming the last update to this series to my eyeshadow inventory I would say this is. So eyeshadow palettes I do have at the moment 17 in my collection, and I do have 2C palettes. In the beginning of the year I had 14 eyeshadow palettes, so the difference is not that big. However, a lot of the palettes are different because I deposited quite a few palettes. Then loose eyeshadows I do have 20 in my collection. As I said, I don't want to have more of those, I don't want to add any into my collection, but the ones that I do have, I do enjoy them. I think they're beautiful and fun and I want to use them once in a while. Pressed single eyeshadows I do have at the moment 69, and then pressed eyeshadows in total in my collection I do have 306, and the total amount of eyeshadows, so the pressed eyeshadows and the loose eyeshadows, is 326. And then let's talk about my pan percentage. This is always like the most exciting part, and something new that I wanted to start doing is count the percentage of empty pans in my collection. So I do have, as I said, 306 pressed eyeshadows in my collection, and this one only counts eyeshadows where I do have product left. So if I finish an eyeshadow and I still have the empty pan, that does not count towards this 306. From those 306 pans of eyeshadow, I have hit pan on 28 eyeshadows, so my pan percentage is 9.15. I mean, I wish it was 10, I wish I got to 10, and I was over 10, but 10 because I brought some new eyeshadows into my collection and I finished some eyeshadows that I had hit pan on, it dropped under 10. So I do want to set a pan percentage goal for the end of the year, so my pan percentage goal is to have pan in 15% of my eyeshadow collection. But then let's talk about the empty pan percentage, because I was actually really surprised by this one. So I do have at the moment 14 empty pans in my eyeshadow collection. I did still keep, for the sake of this video, those empty pans that are singles, but after filming this video I am going to get rid of those. But for the sake of this video and for the empty pan percentage, I wanted to keep those pans. So in total, if I count the pans where I have product and the empty pans, the total amount of pans in my collection is 320. So 14 of those 320 are empty. That makes my empty pan percentage 4.38. I don't know, but for some reason I am way more impressed with this one than with my pan percentage. Because 14, it doesn't sound that much, but when I think about the fact that 14 pans is almost 5% of my eyeshadow collection, that is what makes me really happy. But anyways, that was everything for this video. I know these videos are always like really number heavy, but I do sometimes enjoy that kind of stuff. I don't know if anyone else enjoys this, but I personally do like to watch different inventory videos, and something that for me is always almost like the most exciting thing about like pan those eyeshadows and that kind of videos is to hear what anyone's pan percentage is. I just think that is so fascinating. But yeah, that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you on my next one. Bye bye!